Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Randy and this is going to be a vinyl finds video, also with an unboxing of an Acoustic Sounds order. I've had this Acoustic Sounds for a week or two. I just haven't ever got around to opening it. It's been very busy. I've been very busy. I also have a backlog of things I bought and I want to show those too. In fact, I just went to the record store today to get more of a backlog, but I'll wait to show those because it's going to be too long until I've had to listen to them. But anyway, let's start off with the unboxing of the Acoustic Sounds box. I always put them in a nice box. I've taken some of the stuff out, and I kind of know what's in here because I ordered it, but I don't know if I remember everything. But so that's, and I've got the Donald Byrd. Places and Spaces. I think this came out around 1970 on Blue Note. This is the reissue. And there's shows on here with him. Doesn't say in it. Mastered by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. And then I've got the Bobby Humphrey, the Flautist. Also mastered by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. This originally came out in 1975. And we've got the new Bob Dylan, Shadow Kingdom, which it was a concert film, I think, recorded during COVID. And I've heard one clip from this, which was really good. So I've heard nothing but great things about this Shadow Kingdom Bob Dylan album, so I'm glad to get it. It's actually on 3 sides, I think the 4 sides in etching, they said. But yeah, Bob Dylan, Shadow Kingdom. Sam St. John will like this. I finally went and got the Vince Guaraldi Trio, the Charlie Brown Christmas by Craft Recordings. And House and Limited gold foil and embossed jacket. That's pretty nice. And the last thing I picked up, Julian Welch and David Rawlings, the album All the Good Times Are Past and Gone. Original tapes, Acme Records, mastered from the original tapes. Winner of the 2021 Grammy for the Best Folk Album. Covering songs by Bob Dylan, John Prine, and Norman Blake. Yeah, I'm glad to have this. I've heard nothing but good things about this one. So that's what I got from the Acoustic Sounds. Right now, some of my vinyl finds that I've actually listened to. And these are only part of them because I didn't want to make the video too long. But start off with Josh Ritter and his new album, Spectral Lines. Lyric sheet. This is a lot more atmospheric and even some with kind of some lush arrangements, but it's also got some lo-fi things in it too. It doesn't really have a lot of his intricate wordplay that I'm used to on some of his albums, so I'm not really sure what I think of it yet, but still an interesting album by Josh Ritter, and I'm sure I'm going to grow to love it. Kind of on a custom label there. And then one of Glenn Calloway from the Basement's Heroes. John Hartford, the multi-instrumentalist, also plays the banjo. There's a couple pictures on the back of him. This came out in 1968. It's called the Love Album, and that's really what it is. It's got some nice country pop love songs with some wry lyrics from John Hartford on the RCA label. Next, I have a obscure British psychedelic group called Tintern Abbey. And this is an B-side, the anthology is what they call it. And B-side was actually the single, the one and only single that they released, which it shows it in here on the Durham label. There's B-side, and on the B-side is Vacuum Cleaner. So all I had out was a single in 1967, and they found a bunch of unreleased recordings and some demos, and they put them together on this album. This is from Real Gone Music, the one I have. But it's got some nice pictures of the band there. Obscure psychedelic music. And got the Real Gone label. But yeah, really interesting. I thought it was. Yeah. But yeah, Trenton Abbey. Next, I got Alice Cooper's School's Out. This is a reissue. The original album came out in 1972, and it kind of had a flap that lifted up like the old-time desk. It had a pair of panties in it. I didn't get any of that on this this reissue, although I found this used, and I don't think it came with that, but because it doesn't have some of the other things that did. But this is a really interesting album. Came right after Killers, and probably the only song on here that would probably fit on Killers is the hit School's Out. But the rest of it's pretty, I guess, experimental with different kind of styles. There was even a jazzy cut on here. What is if I can find it, Blue Turk. Kind of has some jazzy feel to it. But yeah, Alice Cooper, School's Out. I have an album from 1994, but this is a later reissue of the Manhattan ska group, the Toasters. And this is their album, Dub 56. Just an infectious, catchy ska pop songs. And it's on kind of a splatter yellow and red vinyl from the Jump Up label. I'm not really familiar with them, but also had think about other Jump Up records, which I might have to check out. I thought this was very interesting. Also have a James Bond soundtrack that I didn't have yet, and that's from the motion picture Diamonds Are Forever, which Shirley Bassey sings the theme song. She's the only one that did more than one, and she actually did three. She did, of course, Goldfinger, this one, and the one from Moonraker. But this is great, real fun movie. You got Jill St. John, and Jimmy Dean's really good in his role. But yeah, and of course Sean Connery. But yeah, great John Barry score and Shirley Bassey singing the title track. And I got from the here's the James Bond label from United Artists. But yeah, I also had the great blues guitarist and singer Robert Cray. This is his album Bad Influence from 1983. There he is on the back. Yeah. But this gives hints of what the big breakthrough album he was going to have a few years later, Strong Persuader, which I think is his best. This has got some great tunes on here. The title track, Phone Booth, the Eddie Floyd cover, Got to Make a Comeback. Yeah, great guitar playing and singing by Robert Cray. This is on the High Tone label. Next, one of the best voices in music, and that's Jerry Butler. This is his album, Mr. Dream Merchant, which is, I love the title track and the song Lost. Does a good remake of 100 Pounds of Clay, Alfie. First, I think everyone's required sometime in their life to record Yesterday. I guess that's the Beatles connection here, but yeah. Jerry Butler, not one of his best. Of course, I like his VJ albums the best. This is when he was on Mercury. That's it. And then I'm working on my Blue Oyster Cult collection. In fact, I bought one today, but I won't show that until I listen to it. But this is a live album, Some Enchanted Evening. Came out in 1978, which is kind of weird because it's like the second live album in 3 years. And it's got, what is it, 6 songs on here? It's a pretty short album, actually. It's only like 37 minutes long or something like that. They do kick out the jams, and the one song made famous by the Animals, We Gotta Get Out of This Place. It's got two of their big hits that were recent, and that was Godzilla and Don't Fear the Reaper. Godzilla, they do a great version of that. I think I still prefer the studio version of Don't Fear the Reaper. But Astronomy is a really good one on this one. But yeah, Blue Oyster Cult live album, Some Enchanted Evening. Inner, pretty nice, and kind of a custom Columbia label. Yeah. Blue Oyster Cult, Some Enchanted Evening. Next I've got alternative pop, I guess you would call it, Aztec Camera. This is their album Stray from 1990. It's the fourth album of theirs. Beautiful pop songs. Got this amazing piano on there and some real understated guitar work. I think their first two albums and this, their fourth album, are the essentials. I wasn't real crazy about the third album, but yeah, this is a very beautiful album. Stray by Aztec Camera, Scottish group. Roddy Frame, is the main guy in there, writes all the songs. And I should say they were on the Sire label. I guess got two more. I got Gordon Lightfoot, Old Dan's Records, one I didn't have. Not one of his best. Old Dan's Records is probably the I guess the hit off here. But the first two songs are really great. Farewell to Annabelle and The Same Old Obsession are probably my three favorites on this one. And he was on the Reprise label. That one came out in 1972. And the last one I'm going to show is a label that I've fallen in love with. It's called Cairo. They're putting out soul gems, hard to find soul artists that maybe only had a single or so. And there's the label. This collection is called Do You Believe It? American Soul Music 1960 to 1972. And always comes with these cool booklets and tells about each of these artists. Many that I had never heard of before. It's got a few artists that you would know, like, let's see if I can find them on here. William Bell, Tommy Ridgely, Chambers Brothers, but so many other ones that are really obscure. Irma Thomas is on here too, and Betty Swan. But so many different people. I'll just let you see that I did not know. And usually most of these are pretty great recordings by these obscure soul artists. So anyway, that's what I've picked up so far. Hope everyone's doing well, and everyone take care.